Hey everyone, welcome to this week's video. This week I have a piece of Oregon Myrtlewood that I've had drying for a couple of years. So after finding center and cutting off the corners with the bandsaw, I'm putting a faceplate on, and then I'll secure it on the lathe, and then make sure to pull the tailstock up for support. Starting off truing it up with the Carter & Son 5/8 bowl gouge. And after removing the tailstock, so I could get to the very bottom of the platter and make the foot, still with the 5/8 bowl gouge here, just trying to flatten the bottom and mark out the area for the mortise and the foot. So the shape that I'm going for in this piece is an OG shaped platter. So I'm going to be taking off quite a bit of material on the side and underneath, and it's should have a slight curve, and the rim should be slightly turned down and have a nice soft feel to it at the end. This piece was pretty dry. As I said at the beginning, I've had it for a couple of years, maybe even close to 3. And it was pretty green when I got it, so finally getting around to turning it. This is the Carter & Son round nose scraper, the 1-inch version. Sanding starting at 120 grit. I sand up to 320. This is denatured alcohol to clean the surface of dust and any debris. Now I am removing it from the lathe, and I'll take the faceplate off and then mount it in the mortise. And starting taking some light passes to true it up here on the top. It can still be out of balance a little bit, even if your mortise is dead on, just because of the weight of the wood, and if one side's more green than the other, lots of different reasons. So after taking some off the top, as you see here, I'm going to be shortly defining the rim area, which you see me doing here with the Carter & Son parting tool. And I mentioned the tools I'm using because a lot of people actually have asked. I'm not sponsored by Carter & Son. I just love their tools. And I do have links to them in the video description. I have never turned myrtlewood before, so if you have, send me a picture down in the comment section or let me know your experience with it. For example, is this generally the color of Myrtlewood? Are there other variations? I don't really know anything about it. Sometimes when I'm turning a platter, I have to be careful to remember that I'm turning a platter and not a bowl, because otherwise I'll just keep hollowing it out and be part of the funnel club. And I don't want that to happen, so taking light passes because of that, and stopping every so often to either sharpen the bowl gouge and check the depth of the bottom and the sides. Checking here with the calipers, and I'm pretty close, just have a little bit to go. So I am shaping the rim, and OG shaped platters generally have not just a flat line rim, but a rim that if you put your hand or thumb over it, it goes down on the outside and in on the inside, if that makes any sense. I know the OG shape is the shape meant for the profile of it, but sanding here, sanded from 120 again up to 320 grit. I did a combination of power sanding with these discs that I love. I'll link them in the video description. They last a very long time. And then cleaning off the surface with denatured alcohol. Getting a chance to see what the grain is going to look like when finished. And then using the sanding sealer. Applying one coat of sealer, and then after it dries for 15 minutes or so, I use 600 grit to denib that. Take off any little bumps. And once that's smooth, I start with the Axe abrasive paste. I do have a discount code for Axe if you want to give it a try. It's a really good discount. I have left that in the video description, a link for you. And once finished with the abrasive paste, go on to the polishing paste, which you see me doing here. Other than the denatured alcohol, this has to be one of my favorite parts of a project, is using the polishing paste from Axe. You can see it come to life. So, thank you for watching. Here is the finished piece. I've had this piece drying for at least a couple of years. I purchased it online, Craft Supply USA, and I purchased it green, so I've had it sitting around for a while. It was pretty dry when I turned it, and this is the first piece of Myrtlewood that I've turned. If you have turned any Myrtlewood, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear or see pictures too of what you've done with it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you to my Patreon members. I really appreciate your support. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon member, be sure to check the link in the video description. If you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure and click subscribe, because if you haven't followed me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, you may not know that I recently received an Harvey Industrial G700 dust processor. I will put a picture of it up here. And I'm going to be doing a review on that once I figure out how to get it in the basement. So stay tuned for updates on that. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe here so you don't miss that review. Thanks everyone. Until next week. Peace out.